So in this video I'm going to show you where we went on our 14-day trip around New Zealand's North Island.
All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to lie.
We were traveling with our 9-month-old son, and we knew it was going to be interesting, but we used the wilderness glider for Motorhome, which has the whole back area to set up a cot, and you can close the door and the baby can sleep. Why I'm telling you that is because we didn't travel as far as we normally would. We had to stop a lot, stop for lunch, wait till he got tired, and then we'd travel when he was sleepy, so he'd sleep in the car seat. But anyway, let me show you the itinerary. I've got a map here. I'll draw it out and show you where we stayed. Flew into Auckland up here, and we stayed at the airport hotel called Nomi. And Nomi was really good. I highly recommend it. It was a beautiful little quaint artistic hotel. You get free breakfast, you get $10 off your meal, you get free drinks. The minibar's free. So Naomi Hotel was really good, so I highly recommend that hotel. We picked up our wilderness motorhome on the Saturday, and then we travelled all the way down the main highway along this road to Raglan for day or night one. I'll call them days, but that's night one. So we stayed there for 1 night, 2 nights. We stayed at the holiday park there. It was really good. It's sort of just out of town, but there's a bridge into town where you can go have some food and go to the shops and stuff like that. And then it's about a 10-minute drive out to the Raglan to the surf breaks on the points. We stayed 2 nights there. Then on the 3rd night, we travelled all the way up. We did a stop around here, and then we travelled all the way to Rotorua for night number 3. And we stayed at the near the thermal pools at the caravan park there. It was really close to the government-owned geyser. We went to the Rewa Maori village, which was highly recommend that. It was so cool. We got to see they had some Maori dancing, and they did a few hakas, and then they took everyone in the village lives in the village, so they're the descendants or they're the relatives of the traditional owners of that land. So it was really cool, and they tell you all the stories and the history about the place. So that was really cool, and they cook vegetables in the hot water. You walk around the geyser park, and it's highly recommend going to that place, because they've been having some disputes with the other government-owned sort of tourist park that has the geyser. So it's good to support those guys. I think it's that's well worth it. So then we stayed another night, night number 4 at Rotorua. Now this was a free camping spot. It's near the museum, which is closed. It smells a lot there, but it's a free camping spot. It's just a car park, and there's nice parks there that you can walk around and check out the geysers and other thermal sort of activity. So then on the 5th night, we took the drive all the way down to Taupo, and we stayed at the Taupo holiday park, and that was actually really good. It's a little bit out of town, but it's within walking distance to the Waikato River, which is the start of the river that runs all the way to Auckland, or all the way down north. At the holiday park, they have thermal heated swimming pools, and they are massive, and there's a bar that you can swim up to and get drinks and get food, and then there's a movie screen. They play movies at night, so it's really good for kids. The other cool thing about the place is that it's got another cave, sort of a 4-meter cave, 4-meter deep pool that you can dive down, which is really interesting. And then the next day we took a walk to the thermal area, which there's a little creek that runs into the Waikato River, and it's a thermal creek, so you can just go and swim on the waterfall, which is also really cool. And it's a strong flowing river, probably the clearest river I've ever seen. And then we took a drive around to the other place, which is called Reed's Farm, commonly known as Reed's Farm. And there's a rope swing that goes into the water, into the river. And it's a good spot to, you can just stay there during the day, and then you can camp a little bit up the road. There's free camping there. It's in the same area. It's like literally 50 meters up from the river, and you can camp there. It's freedom camping. We were going to camp there, but we thought we could find another better spot. So we traveled all the way down here to 5 Mile Beach, which is right on the lake, which was really nice. And you go there, it's quite popular. So there's a lot of caravans, but it's worth it because it's free. It's a freedom camping spot, and you get to watch the sunset over the lake, because the sunset obviously sets in the west and you see it over the lake. And it's a beautiful walk. There's a nice footpath along the lake. So I highly recommend that for a stopover. And then we headed all the way, we took the drive all the way to, along here, to Tauranga, or also Mount Maunganui. And so that drive took us about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get all the way down here. We stayed at the mountain. We stayed there for 2 nights. We wanted to have a break because there's it's a nice beach town. There's a massive mountain sort of that the campground is underneath, which is really good. There's also hot pools there by the mountain. We didn't go to either of those because we had absolutely terrible weather. It rained all day, the day that we had off. So we didn't get to climb them out, and we didn't get to go to the hot pools. It was also just challenging with a 9-month-old baby because, yeah, anyway, it's challenging. After we stayed at day 7 and 8 at Mount Maunganui, we took a drive up to the gorge up here, which is right about there. It's called the Karangahake Gorge, and that I would highly recommend. That was about an hour's or 40-minute drive from Mount Maunganui, and it's right about there. It's not far at all, which is really good. The gorge walk itself, you can do a loop. You go through a tunnel through the mountain, and it has windows. But then you can also come over a rope bridge, and then back along the gorge. And I highly recommend that. There's also a freedom camping spot that we checked out called Dickie's Landing, or Dickie's. I think it's called Dickie's Landing. Anyway, it's around there, and it's also a really cool spot up camping next to a river. So that's a freedom camping spot. So then we were going to come back to Whangamata for the night, but what happened was there was mudslides from the rain that was at Mount Maunganui that night, and we got through, but then we couldn't get back because the road was too busy and there was a backup of traffic. So we ended up driving all the way around here, and instead of going to Whangamata, we were going to go there, but we went to Onemana Beach on day number 9. And Onemana Beach is a little town, it's a little cove, it's in the middle of nowhere, Onemana, and it's really cool. It's mostly holiday houses. There's a freedom camping spot on the beach, which is perfect, so it's free. And then we took a walk, and we actually found a waterfall on the beach, which is amazing. And it's the most, it's the start of the Coromandel peninsula. So we just thought that it would be a good place to stop for a free night. There's a fish and chip shop right there. So we had fish and chips for dinner on the beach with a waterfall. Absolutely beautiful. So Onemana Beach, definitely highly recommend that. So then we went up the Coromandel and we went to check out Hot Water Beach the next day. So we went to Hot Water Beach. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's not too overrated. It's pretty good. A hot tip though, if you come all the way back, if you're near Raglan and you go here to Kawahia, there's actually a hot water beach here. So that's a good tip. No one really goes there. Everyone goes to there. I mean, look at the footage. There's just tons of people at a hot water beach. It's really cool. I like it. It was pretty cool. Some of the areas was too hot to touch. Like literally your feet would burn. There's another hot water beach down here no one knows about. Just Google it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. And but we didn't go to that one. We went to the popular one. So that day we stopped in there, had lunch in the car park, got a fine because we didn't pay for the paid parking. We didn't know it was paid parking, so they gave us a $40 fine. And then on we went to Hahei Beach, which is where the Cathedral Cove is. So that's day 10 at Hahei Beach. And we stayed on the beach. It was amazing. The morning that we were going to go to the cove, it was too rainy to go. So that's where I shot the footage of the orcas in the water swimming with another swimmer, which was amazing. So that happened in the morning, and then a thunderstorm rolled in, so we couldn't go to Cathedral Cove, but I was promised it's well worth the visit as well. The area around here is absolutely beautiful. And we went all the way up. We didn't know where we were going to go this night. We went to Wititanga for a bit, and then we went all the way, and we decided to go all the way to the Coromandel town, which was day 11. And we stayed at a Freedom camping spot car park there, which was really nice. It was next to a stream. It was the second one. If you drive into town, it's the second one, it's not the first one. And it's, yeah, you park up next to a stream, which is really beautiful. So we stayed there for day 11. And then day 12, we came all the way down here and stayed at Tapu. And that was really good. It was, there was no one there. We were like the only people there. A couple locals that were kite surfing, but we just stopped there. Nice grass, big area, can fit lots of vans. And we parked up there, had a really cool night there. It was a bit windy, but sometimes it is, I guess, a bit windy. And then that was day 12, and then 13. So now we got to pack up the van, and we're pretty much round about here. So we thought we'd come back along here and stay the night, our last night here on day 13. So that's only about a 2-hour drive as well. And day 13 at this holiday park. Yeah, it's really just a nothing holiday park. Yeah, it's sort of a stopover, because in the morning we've got to get the van ready. We've got to refill the diesel, refill the gas, get rid of the grey water, fill the freshwater tanks up, and get rid of our sewerage. So that takes, a couple hours to do. So we'll do some of that tonight, and then day 14 we drop off the van, and that's our trip. So that's about 13-14 days or 13 nights. So we left on a Friday. That's a whole day to get to New Zealand, and then pick up the van on a Saturday, and then we're dropping off the van on the following 2 weeks, a Friday, and we fly out Friday night. So that's pretty much the trip that we did. We didn't know how we were going to go with a baby, so we didn't do too much, we kept it quite simple. And I think that's what you got to do. Some places, if you like the place, you stay there. If you don't like the place, you move on. So that's the flexibility you have with the motorhome. Yeah, anyway, like and subscribe. I'll be releasing some more videos. I did a surf session in Raglan, and obviously the orca video has gone, probably by now it's gone crazier. We're going to see what happens with that one. But yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.